So guys, I am not going to sugarcoat this at all. This game was an absolute turd. The Chicago Bulls get blown out by the Indiana Pacers 109 to 107. That's right. The Indiana Pacers scored 109 against the Chicago Bulls, and for the whole game the Chicago Bulls were only able to score 77 points. Guys, this game was just an absolute turd. It was just bad. And listen, the Chicago Bulls were tired, completely tired. Like, this is the 7th game in 11 nights. The 7th game in 11 days, the Chicago Bulls played 7 games, and this game was from a back-to-back. The game yesterday was against the New York Knicks, so they're going to have games like this, right, where the team just don't have it. In fact, there was another game earlier in this year where it was the same thing, where the team just didn't have it. The guys had no energy. They were lethargic. It was a bad game, right? But again, getting blown out by like this at home, crazy, right? But again, in an 82 scheduled game season, you're gonna have games like this where it's just an absolute turd. It happens, right? Now, the major story of this, right, is Lonzo Ball. Now, the team as a whole, right, didn't play well, except for DeMar DeRozan, right? DeMar DeRozan probably played the best out of anyone on the team, but the team as a whole did not play well. But Lonzo Ball, when Lonzo has a bad game, he doesn't just have a bad game, he throws up an absolute turd, right? Lonzo Ball had 0 points, 0 for 4 from 3, 0 for 7 total, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and a minus 32. Listen, bad game or not, stats like that are unacceptable, right? Unacceptable. You can have a bad game, but the starting level point guard that played 25 minutes, right? Played 25 minutes, starting level point guard, making $22 million a year, scored 0 points. 0. Like it's just jarring, like year 5, right? And Lonzo is still having 0-point games, right? If I'm not mistaken, this is the third or fourth time in Lonzo's career that he's had like a 0-point game. Maybe the fourth or fifth time he's had like a 0-point game. I know it should be under like 5 games, but it's still such a jarring stat, right? Because it's like, yo, you're a starting level point guard. You played 25 minutes and you scored 0 points. 0. That's why I say, like, welcome to the roller coaster that is Lonzo Ball. This is the roller coaster that is Lonzo Ball. Lonzo Ball, and they play the Houston Rockets next. Lonzo might give you 30 that game. Who knows, right? But this is the roller coaster that is Lonzo Ball. Like, and it's just jarring, right? It's just, being a Lonzo fan can be so hard sometimes because he takes you on these highs and then you have these lows. Again, as a team, the team itself did not play well, right? They had no answer for the Pacers zone defense. Absolutely no answer. That zone defense was just killing the Bulls. They had no answer. They had no answer for Miles Turner, right? Miles Turner was having his way offensively and defensively, right? There were just no adjustments, right? You're seeing the disadvantages of going small sometimes because when they have a capable center, the other team, most of the time the Bulls don't have an answer. So hopefully Vooch solves certain things. Alex Caruso was also out, but even if Alex Caruso was playing, they still would have lost this game, right? And there's just gaps all over the game. For example, Billy Donovan. That starting lineup that he used today, I hope he never uses again. Because it was just, I seen the starting line, I was like, what the hell is this? You had Lonzo Ball, Kobe White, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, and this dude, Troy Brown. Was it Troy Brown? No, Tony Bradley. I was like, yo, why do you... He essentially had a 4-guard lineup, essentially, right? It was like, yo, this is just horrible. Like, again, and I told you guys in the last video, right? Kobe White, he did okay in the New York Knicks game, right? I think the New York Knicks game was like the 3rd or 4th game he played, and it was the first game he played decently, right? But I still don't think Kobe White is back. I don't think he's in full rhythm. I don't think he's in full form. I think he was just due for an okay game because he was playing horrendously the previous games, right? But it's way too soon to put Kobe White in the starting lineup. And when Kobe White isn't scoring, he's in the league because of scoring, right? If Kobe White isn't scoring, he's damn near useless. He could play make a little bit, but he's a negative on the defensive end. So he can only guard his man, if that, right? So to have him in the starting lineup after he's not in full rhythm, I don't think he's in full shape, he doesn't have chemistry with the guys, was a mistake on Billy Donovan's end, right? I seen that starting lineup, I was like, I do not like this one bit. It would have made more sense to start Derrick Jones Jr. or have Devontae Green in the starting lineup than Kobe White. It made absolutely no sense, but hopefully they can go to the drawing board and learn from this. Now I gotta address the Lonzo stance, right? Because oh my god, how many times I've made videos, right, and I have to go back and forth with certain people, right, and it's like the Lonzo stands are just, I have to just argue with them over and over and over again over like the most mundane, like, again, when I say Lonzo needs to get to the free throw line, when I say Lonzo needs to have more of an offensive motor, when I say Lonzo needs to score from different levels of the game, not just settle for threes, I hear, why are you trying to change Lonzo? Why are you trying to make Lonzo into James Harden? Why are you? And I'm like, whoa. Calm down, right? When you're being a stan, right? And this, listen, out of what, the 600 players that play in the NBA, right? Lonzo Ball is my favorite player. Out of all 600 players, 500 players, whatever the amount is, out of all of them, Lonzo is my favorite player. He's the one where I decided to take time out of my day to make videos, right? Sharing my opinion on his game. I watch every game. I spend my hard-earned money on jerseys, team apparel, going to games, right? He's my favorite player, right? But that does not make me a stan, right? I know Lonzo's strengths, I know his weaknesses, and I know what he needs to do to improve as a player, right? So when I hear the stans, right, when you're being a stan of a player, you're not doing that person a favor, right? Because you're kind of just saying, oh, you're being mediocre, and I'm okay with you being mediocre. I'm going to fight for you to be mediocre, right? Lonzo has developed a 3-and-D archetype as a player, right? We have to accept Lonzo for who he is and not our idea of him, right? He's not a role player, but he has a 3-and-D archetype as a player. He's going to play defense and he's going to shoot threes. And he can pass good and play make, right? But just settling for his jumper, for his offensive repertoire is not good, right? Lonzo needs to develop a mid-range game. He needs to develop a floater, right? He needs to develop some type of offensive repertoire because currently what he's doing is not working, right? It's not. So, for example, right, Lonzo can't operate a ball screen offense. He can't attack the rim. He can't shoot mid-range like a typical point guard, but he can shoot, pass, and defend, right? If Lonzo and the Bulls want to make it into the playoffs, have like a legitimate chance of winning something, right, make a lot of success, Lonzo's going to eventually have to have some type of offensive repertoire outside of shooting threes, a dependable mid-range, a floater, attacking the basket. Because right now, Lonzo has to be in, I don't even know what percentile it would be, but finishing around the basket, his percentage around that is just straight up horrible, right? It's gotten to the point when Lonzo does get to the basket, you're half expecting him to either get blocked or blow layups. Lonzo will blow point blank layups. Like, it is crazy. And he does not get to the free throw line, right? I've said in other videos why it's important for Lonzo to get to the free throw line, right? Puts other team in foul trouble, whoever's guarding him in deep trouble, right? And he gets to put points on the board. All the suggestions I'm making lead to wins, right? I'm not just saying this out of nowhere, right? So when I get the Lonzo stand saying, why are you trying to change him as a player? People have bad games. This is unacceptable, right? It's not acceptable. Lonzo should not have 0-point games. He should not play 25 minutes in a game and have 0 points. It's absolutely unacceptable, right? A lot of people have noticed, right? Wait a minute. We thought Lonzo was going to get a fresh start, in Chicago Bulls, and, he's going to finally play point guard and this and that. Guys, the problem is Lonzo, right? It's not. Listen, Lonzo has developed a 3-and-D archetype as a player, right? That's just his identity as a player. Because in the pick and roll, you guys have seen him in the pick and roll. Sometimes he's able to score off the pick and roll and pass out of the pick and roll. But most of the time, that little mid-range he gets from the screen, it's not going in. I still want him to take him so he can get better. But you have to understand his limitations as a player, right? So you've noticed the Bulls play team basketball 3 quarters or 2.5 quarters, right? We're seeing the ball in Lonzo's hands a bit more to start the game. Then as the game progresses, you're seeing DeMar DeRozan cross the half-court mark, or Zach LaVine, or whoever has the ball to push it up the half-court mark. Or a typical Lonzo, as soon as he kind of just swings the ball to the perimeter. He doesn't touch it again for a while. There's multiple plays where the point guard is not involved in the play, and Lonzo's standing in the corner waiting for a three. Guys, this is Lonzo as a player, right? This is Lonzo as a player. That's catch and shoot three. That's his archetype as a player. He's not a role player, but that's his game, right? He can play make, he can pass, but that 3-and-D archetype, that's him as a player. So again, right? Now, I'm saying this. Billy Donovan has a great point guard in Lonzo. I would say just let him run the offense. And this is one of the biggest issues for me. There's a lot of ISO plays. The fourth quarter is primarily ISO plays. Zach LaVine's going to get it. DeMar DeRozan's going to get it. Now, they can make tough shots, but I don't see how this style will lead or go far in the playoffs or when other teams can game plan for you, right? If they don't play team basketball, I don't know how this is going to work. Because Lonzo is a corner three-point shooter, but you're not getting the best out of him. If you guys haven't noticed, right, even though the Bulls are winning and they tie for first place in the East every other game, you're noticing Lonzo's having a career low in assists, right? Lonzo's averaging barely 4 assists a game. That's not good. Everything is essentially either the same or a bit lower, but his assists have taken a huge hit. How? He's a pass-first point guard. You say he's finally going to be able to play point guard, but he's averaging a career low in assists. That's not good, guys. That's not good at all. Now, I still have hope during the All-Star break. They'll figure it out. They'll work something out, but that's not good, guys. I'm really hoping that Billy Donovan, again, this early success kind of overshadows a couple of things, but they're just way too ISO heavy in the fourth quarter. I thought this team was supposed to run. They're supposed to go after it, go get it, leak out after a rebound, run so you can get like the outlet pass, all that. You see it here and there, but the Bulls are not a running team. I would not consider them a fast team. They're a half-court team, right? DeMar DeRozan's going to dribble to the spot, right? Take his man off the dribble, score. Same thing with Zach LaVine. He's going to take a tough shot, right? And you have a lot of people just watching the ball. Where Lonzo not involved in the play at all. Lonzo's going to play defense, stand in the corner, wait for a three. It is what it is. Do I agree with it? No. Lonzo should be getting people more so involved. His hand should be on the ball, because for Lonzo to be averaging like 4 assists as he passed for his point guard, he finally gets to play point guard. His words, not mine. Career 4 assists is not showing that you have the ball in your hands enough, in my opinion, because Lonzo's going to rather pass than score. So for him to only have 4 assists, averaging under 4 assists, not good. And for Lonzo to have a 0-point game, unacceptable. I don't know who needs to hear this. It is unacceptable. You Zostans cannot justify this. Everyone had a bad game on the team, but there's no reason. Year 5, big contract, Lonzo's scoring 0 points. Lonzo, listen, the reason why I say this is Lonzo's worst game of the season is because he can't possibly play any worse than this. There's no way he could possibly score under 0 points a game. This is why I say this is like rock bottom. And this is why I say welcome to the roller coaster that is Lonzo Ball. He could go off for 30 next game. All I want Lonzo to do is be consistent, right? I'm not asking you to go for 30. Scoring 0 is unacceptable, but you could meet us in the middle and score an average 15 a game. There's no reason why Lonzo can't average 15 a game. You know how he does that? By not settling for threes, right? By getting to the rim and attacking the rim aggressively. Because when he attacks it aggressively, he's either going to make it or he's going to get fouled. And it gives him an opportunity to score at the free throw line, right? A floater, a mid-range, just being aggressive offensively, right? Because I still don't think Lonzo's taking enough shots a game, right? A lot of his threes, they're quick. The shot clock is running out. His feet aren't set. They're somewhat bad shots for Lonzo, right? Sometimes when he shoots, I already know it's not going in because how he got the ball and how quick he was shooting it, or he didn't have time to really look at the rim and aim, and right? And that's how you go 0 for 7, right? So again, Lonzo has to mix it up and not settle for his jumper, because the best of all players, there are times they have bad games. Steph Curry, his jumper's off. There's stretches of games where Klay Thompson is off, Steph Curry's off, Damian Lillard is off, James Harden can't score a 3. They have games like that, but they're still able to score. They're still able to attack the rim, get to the free throw line, shoot mid ranges, whatever the case is. So again, me saying that Lonzo needs to do these things is not me trying to change him. Is not me having an unrealistic expectation of him. So Zoe stands, please hear what I'm saying, right? But again, do you guys agree with me, disagree with me? Let me know in the comments down below. Any debate, discussion is always welcome. Don't forget to hit that like, subscribe. The Bulls play the Houston Rockets there for the next game. I'm expecting a major bounce back win. Again, the Pacers game, they're 8-11. From how they played, their record does not show how good of a team they are. But again, agree with me, disagree with me. Let me know in the comments down below. It's your boy for all to envy, guys. Don't forget to hit that subscribe. I'm out.